That's example of how doing damage always matters. I should be taking my 6 long time ago. That was also another mistake. If you are able to make solid siege line at some point in the map, make sure it's controlling as many expansions as possible. Yeah, this is 15 SCVs less. That's insane. Hey guys, today we'll do voiceover of my TVT game from Korean Ladder. We are playing versus some 2050 MMR opponent. And I went for 11 racks, 12 gas this game, and we'll go 13 scout. In this game I wanted to do some kind of standard opening, like Vulture expand with 2 marines, just to showcase some things, but things got some little unexpected turn, so yeah, we'll see how I handle that. This game will showcase how you can actually win a game by being patient in TVT, which is a very important skill, and I am not myself like the most patient TVT player, but I wanted to win that, and I think I played correctly strategically. It wasn't the best game or the most like accurate game from mechanics, tactics point of view, but it's good enough. And also, again, like, since I'm making so many mistakes in those games, I think you guys can relate and actually not be hopeless, because this is by no means perfect play. So I think that's actually, I remember when I was learning League of Legends, I actually liked to watch those games where someone was coming back, wasn't doing perfectly fine from the very beginning, and so on, and had to grind his game out. And this game will be something like that. I'm not seeing barracks right now, and now I saw this bunker being made in front of my net. I didn't know if this is Atrax yet, and I won't know, in fact, but his factory timing was at the same timing as mine, so I know that I don't have an advantage in the tech department. I managed to kill one SCV there, and now my goal is to try to kill the second one to not get bunkered up. But that's very hard because my marines are already kind of low. Yeah, so in the end I realize I cannot do that, so I will be contained. It's very important here that if I manage to kill one marine, now I can get out with Vulture on the map, because 2 marines in bunker won't kill a Vulture that is trying to run by. But on the other hand, if he went his own Vulture, my Vulture on the map will be just chased down by his, so I cannot really go out in my eyes. But the problem is, if he went tank, then he can have tank at my doors pretty quickly, so it's a weird balance, and you have to make a decision, kind of, whether you want to go out and try to delay his CC, maybe kill some SCVs with your first Vulture, but that's unlikely because he can go for his own Vulture. But on the other hand, if he's not going for his own Vulture, this Vulture on the map would be pretty good. So I decided to stay, that's a safer choice. And I went Starport as well. Starport is like in the very corner of my main. I was hoping that his barrack won't see it, and I'm not sure if he saw it. Now making tank. Of course, I need to crush this bunker. Yeah, so now I thought that he will maybe see this SCV going down from the top, and that would give him a clue that some building was built at the top. Yeah, but I don't know if he noticed in the end. He didn't put his Vulture on hold, so he got damaged a little bit. Now he tried to unload the SCV to repair the bunker, but he didn't manage because the SCV died right away. That's thanks to the damage I put early on this SCV, so that's example of how doing damage always matters, because it may pay off later on. If this SCV was full HP, my tank would actually not be able to kill this bunker so fast. And then my CC is slower, and my second gas is slower, and everything gets kind of delayed. So you can see how everything is important. Every damage is important. Always do some damage if you can. Okay, I'm flying with Wraith to his base, and I'm trying to damage his tank because I was planning to attack him. Because as you can see, I have 3 factories already. By the way, I made the second factory a little bit early, but I wanted to trick him that I'm not going anything else, because he was with barracks in my base, so I wanted to show him that I'm going some kind of factory build. So I'm trying to hit tank as much as I can and SCV where I can, but unfortunately the Wraith come, and that's very bad for me. So I don't know really what to do there, and I just will want to make some damage to him, so I hit him twice, and I thought my second Wraith will be able to finish him, because the repair on units from SCVs is actually not that good. So I'll try to get this Wraith here, but it was a stupid decision, to be fair. I shouldn't ever done that, because as you will see, Yeah, his Wraith was like, I was 4 HP off or something like that. Very unfortunate. And at this point, I knew that there is no point trying to win in the air anymore. Also, my units were there ready to attack in case my Wraith would do some damage, but of course I lost my 2 Wraiths, so now I'm just going back. So I don't want to engage because I know he has more tanks. I'm going for mines now, and my plan now is to just rebuild SCVs and go mines. I already got supply blocked like twice in this game, by the way, so this is very, very bad opening for me. Now my vultures went in kind of wrong direction. I wanted to go on from this side to on his second big ramp to mine him out. Now I see this cloak, that's very annoying as well. Unfortunately, I kind of foresaw that because I started my academy, so that's fine. I will lose a little bit of STVs, but not too many. And now my plan is to only get some kind of vision on the map with mines and just try to rebuild. Try to build STVs. I know he is setting up to take his third base, so I want to also go my third reasonably quickly while expanding my factory count. Yeah, as you can see, I missed so many STV cycles in this game that I just said to myself, okay, whatever, just let's queue up 3-4 STVs in CC because I just wasn't keeping up with it for some reason. Sometimes it is like that. You have worse day or something and you just cannot keep up with making STVs. I went siege here. I already have my speed and mines. This is a nice pickup, delaying him a little bit. Of course, his CC started before mine, but I will start mine soon enough. Yeah, again, supply block. Yeah, it just wasn't my best game. Okay, now I decided to go to the middle of the map because I don't want to be surprised by any attack of his. I don't have vision on the right side of the map, so I actually don't know what might be happening. I have those few mines from his 12 o'clock into my third base, so I can see him attacking through there, but yeah, so I need to place more mines. I'm waiting for siege. I want to be on the middle of the map because I want to start making siege line. I feel like I'm behind in this game right now, so I'm not even thinking about any attacks. I would use this opportunity to go to his third base, but he's siege there, so yeah, just let's take the middle a little bit. Not even that far up. I don't want to be that far up. I want to be close to my rally point, basically. I mean, not totally close, but not too far up, because I know I can get destroyed. And so I'm running around for now, kind of securing this vision, because I know my next step will be to get 6 and 9 o'clock. So I want to get vision to get that. Yeah, I'm finally securing this third base. I went eBay as well, because I know he has those cloak raves. I actually don't know whether he's still building them. He might go dropships, he might go more raves, you never know. I could scan him, but I felt like I need those scans still to fight his raves eventually. But in reality, I could scan. But I don't know where his starport is. That's another problem. Because maybe I could even have to spend like 2 or 3 scanners, and I don't want to do that. Now I see him attacking. So this is exactly why I have those units in the middle. I can react quickly. So I just sieged here. And now we can already see that this will be like big siege line in the middle of the map. No one will be able to do anything there. But that's a very important position, because now if he will want to attack 6 o'clock, then fine, he can do that. But then if he would like to attack 9 o'clock suddenly with the same units, he would have to go all the way around through the middle. So that's very important to control the middle here, because then he cannot transition his units through the map so quickly. So that's very important position, this middle, even though it technically doesn't protect any expansions. But for the unit transition sake, it's very, very important. Yeah, so now I'm going down in the siege line. I want to protect my 6, kind of. It's not yet protected, but soon will be if I add a little bit more tanks. Yeah, I was considering attacking here because it's only 4 tanks. But then I was like, okay, I don't have enough factories, so the trade will be probably pretty even if I attacked into siege tanks even with overwhelming force, and then I don't have factories to back it up. So I wanted to first expand my factory count. I made dropships because I started to think about doing some drop play. In fact, I should already do that like right away with 1 dropship, because I was still in this rebuild phase. I still think I'm disadvantaged. I expect him to have 12 or build 12 already at this point. I think I started my +1. Yeah, I have +1 already, but Now I scanned and I realized he has sci-fi already, and I don't have mine. And it was another moment where I was like, man, what am I doing? Why I'm not starting my +2 yet? It's time already. Yeah, so now I'm securing my 9 o'clock because I decided I will take 9 first. I was like, okay, 3 tanks are probably enough. We have this ramp here. So as you can see, I'm not going too greedy. I don't even know where he's standing. I'm just caring about my own territory, my own expansions. I'm being very patient in this game, which is not something that familiar to me, but yeah, I'm trying in this game. I decided to derp a little bit with Ghost in this game. Ultimately, it didn't do much, but I wanted to try it. I think it's actually pretty viable. I don't know. On our perennial level, I think that might be viable. And I didn't want to go BCs because I felt like my economy is not good enough, and I wanted to have a tool to break siege lines. So that's why I was like, okay, let's try this. Why not? I expect to lose this game, but I wanted to try something to get some experience in it. I'm not recommending it by any means. I don't think it's like super good. I just think it's viable. So I went for it. It's not that important in this game anyway. It's not about those ghosts at all. So one thing I'm lacking here is I'm not scanning him every now and then, because now I don't know where his big army is, right? I have no idea whether he's actually like getting ready to attack me or not. I should be knowing about those things. I saw these drops, I was like, okay, fine. He did a single drop, single dropship drop, so he's probably not having a lot of them yet, which is good because I don't have to worry about it for now. I just kind of dropped those units here because I knew that if I just send them to a move to the main, they will take forever. So, yeah, and now I'm seeing his attack. This was exactly the mistake. I wasn't ready for this attack. So now I'm like, okay, quickly, I get those 2 tanks in the dropship. That was very important actually in this situation. He has no vision up the high ground right now, so I will use that to shoot first at him. And this kind of saved this base, which was very important. And now his tank count is getting shrinked. It's very good to siege like here, because every time you are sieging just outside of other tanks range, you will almost always be in the situation where one of his units will just step up a little bit and get shot. Protoss is also abusing this versus Terran, like where they are standing with their goons just a little bit outside of the tank range, and every now and then one Vulture, one Goliath, one other tank will just come in too closely and get killed. And so now I'm thinking how to get out of this situation, and actually he kind of healed himself here, because now he's not sieged and he doesn't have enough tanks. So I can just walk up and kill all those. And immediately thinking about the counter, right? Because I killed his army, so okay, let me quickly counter. I was expecting him to have base here, but I didn't see any, so I went 12 o'clock. And these were actually perfect because I also had my vultures reinforcing. So I can send some units to reinforce that quickly. Yeah, so first I want to make this wall of tanks against this base so he cannot easily reinforce. And now I planned to get with vultures into 12, but I see those STVs, I see those vultures, and I know that he'll be trying to break this position, so I just decided to mine it up instead of going 12 and killing STVs. And now I'm trying to just get as many tanks as possible, basically, from him. I should be taking my 6 long time ago. That was also another mistake. It should be already running and giving me resources. So that's another thing you could improve in your game. Just take expansions quicker, especially because it's defended. Yeah, now this attack wasn't too good. I wanted to quickly go top left and secure it. By the way, I knew that he has top left because I saw those STVs while attacking 12, remember? He was sending them to the expansions. So I knew he either have top left main or not. Yeah, now, since he has his top left secured, I know I need to make a move on another side of the map, right? Because if he's taking top left, I need to take bottom right, or I lose. So that's why I actually took it. This is a mistake on my part, because I should be controlling those units in this fight, but on the other hand, I thought to myself, okay, he has so little that let me just fix my econ real quick while attacking him. But I think generally you should just focus on this attack. I also don't have a vision on 3 o'clock. I was expecting him to also have that, because I really fell behind. So I was like, in my head he had everything, but in reality he didn't. Yeah, so now I was surprised he's not having expansion there. Luckily, I have this one Goliath, which will save the day from the Raves. It would be tragic otherwise, because I would have to go away from here. And this position is extremely important. So look, this position on the right side right now is protecting 4 expansions. And this is exactly what you want from your siege lines in TVT. If you are able to make like solid, strong siege line at some point in the map, make sure it's controlling as many expansions as possible. Yeah, now I have those ghosts, and I thought to myself, okay, because I remember he had not that many tanks in the top left, right? So I was like, okay, so let's make lockdowns and just try to break the siege line. He tried to break middle, but he didn't succeed. I scanned just to make sure whether I can break the middle on the other hand, but I saw those siege tanks and I was like, okay, whatever, let me go with my plan of breaking top left. Again, I should already be taking the next base, like 5 o'clock. Yeah, I'm sending this vulture because I was expecting his vulture to be somewhere there protecting those bases, right? So I need to clear that. Now I'm preparing for this bust on top left. So I scanned whether there are any mines. And I was like, okay, so let me cloak and just clone lockdowns on those tanks. But he used scanner, and I didn't notice that. But I was already like, okay, whatever, let's do it. So I managed to only lock down 3 tanks, which still allowed me to win the fight, in fact. So it wasn't that bad, it just wasn't perfect. And I got dropped at the same time to my 9 o'clock. One thing I was thinking right now was that please don't drop my main with those units, because that would be really bad. I don't want to deal with it right now because I want to kill this base and focus on that. I again was expecting him to have this 11 o'clock base. So I was going with those 2 tanks to shoot over the cliff. I'm remaking my STV, so I just queued up 5. And there is no base again. Again, in my head, I was so much behind. But he either didn't capitalize on that, or I was wrong all the time. So I'm making this another base. And look at the situation right now. Think about it from his perspective. Like, he only has 2 bases right now, right? Because my nut is mined out. So he should be as well. So he has 12 and his 3rd base. Which is like 2 o'clock, kind of. So look, he's forced right now to make a move somewhere because I'm controlling all other expansions right now. Like, surely not like with the biggest army, but still. He has to break either my tanks on the right side to get access to those bottom right 4 bases, or he has to fight up the cliff in the top left. So even though he had the control over the game, right now he's in the position where he has to make a move. This is very good for me, because now I just have to wait what he will do. I have to be ready for his move. And of course, I'm still afraid about those dropships on the 9 o'clock. That's actually very uncomfortable for him. He was winning all game. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where he will attack, because I am expecting him to attack somewhere. Middle, there are no units. 9 o'clock, there are no dropships. And now I see him attacking 3 o'clock, right? I targeted this Wraith with Goliath just to give him any left air units so he cannot finish off my tanks. But he even lost this engagement. And that was crazy to me. Yeah, this is just the power of +2 siege line. And now I am the one who will counter him. I have all those units, and he is struggling to defend his 3rd base right now. And I have a lot of minerals right now. I can make a lot of units. Yeah, and I'm feeling the blood right there, right? I know that if I can just kill his 3rd base, that's GG, because what else can he have? And he left the game. So that was very unexpected, actually. So let's check the replay to see what happened. Okay, so first thing, let's see what he actually played. During the game, I thought that it might be Atrax, but actually it wasn't Atrax. So it's an idea that I will be steal from him because it sounds so nice. So you go, you put this barracks. That is normal because this prevents like any 13cc. Maybe not prevent it, but makes troubles for 13cc's, and it's good to do that. But then he double scouted. And now he has 2 STVs in the field, and he will just put down this bunker. That's very nice. And usually people just make 2 marines, right? They don't make more. So this is actually pretty nice. Now he has 3 marines, and he will get up this bunker. I like that. And he still went for 2 depots CC after that. Has a vulture, just like me. He tested me whether I made a vulture, because I went for the tank, maybe he could go in. He also went for starport, and he went for cloak. But he doesn't have... Okay, he immediately started second gas, okay. Yeah, so this is completely logical for him, what he's doing. He has STV, advantage, he has already gas. I have more factories, that's my advantage, but he's making tanks, so he's completely fine. Yeah, so look at this STV difference. It's tragic for me. It's so bad. Yeah, this is 15 SCVs less. That's insane. Even more. His third base is faster. Not by much, but still it is. With 3 fact, he already has like 6 on the way. So the only thing keeping me alive in this game so far is this vision I have. Being flexible with those units so I can siege wherever he attacks into me. Okay, my SCV count is getting better right now. So we are going back, but still he has those 6 factories already. 7 even right now. Faster +2 as well, I think. Let's actually check that. No, not yet, because he didn't have +1 yet. And I did. So I think it will be pretty similar timing. He's not starting his +2 yet. He probably forgot, because his sci-fi is ready, right? Yeah, so his +2 is faster than mine. I only now started, so yeah, that's advantage. Something I should make in this game is vessels. Actually, vessels are super nice for busting positions, because you can put this defense matrix on your key tank, and this actually makes a huge difference. So if you have a lot of gas, you can use vessels like that. Okay, now I have many more SCVs than him. He kind of stopped making them at some point for some reason. So if you look at this, oh my god, this is actually pretty bad saturation. There is also like not enough, and here as well. So I think this is like his, like probably the biggest mistake from him is to just not have enough SCVs. We'll see how this will affect the game in a moment. So now he has this huge attack. Most of his units are here. How he'll lose all those tanks? I have my tanks here. Yeah, like those 2 tanks were heroes that I put them here. Yeah. And now when you are left with only tanks, when you're trying to bust a position in TVT, it's kind of not that good, because of course you would like to sacrifice vultures, for example, to get into this position and not tanks themselves. But he would try very much to do that and fail, and this is so not worth it for him. But if he were faster with reinforcements, of course he would still break this position, even using dropships right here. And now he's not moving, so I will get into this good position here. And this trade was amazing for me. Even though I lost the fight, the trade was amazing. This is all that matters. But now it's still fine for him, right? He's like taking this base, but his STV count is so low for this stage of the game. But it also means that he has even army with me practically. Yeah, and I think this siege line here is extremely important for the game outcome. So notice how I made a move here and he felt like he has to make a move somewhere else, but that was actually not true, because he had this position. So he had those bases secured. He didn't have to go and sacrifice his army in the middle. But it's just, I think this is kind of a habit for people, where when they are getting busted in some place in TVT, they feel like they have to do something else in the other place on the map. And that's most often true, but not always. And I think that this example was exactly where he didn't have to do that. Oh yeah, so he scanned right when I was going in. Too bad, because that would be beautiful play. But we still were able to crash this. And now he's actually left with 3 bases, because even though my nut is mined out, he still has money there. But just from his perspective, he feels suffocated, I guess. And he failed this attack, which was very bad. And in the end, I guess we made it somehow. Yeah. So as you can see, you can make a lot of mistakes, and but just kind of play the rest of the game kind of reasonably and properly. Make those units, keep making STVs, try to come back from your mistakes, and in the end, everything might work out just fine. At the end, I wanted to remind that you can join my Discord, and I'm also running coaching services, so you might be interested in that. If you are, then let me know. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time. Bye bye.